A very good morning, class. We are in the chapter number 4, the Vedic civilization, wherein we discussed about the early Vedic period. We already know that the whole of Vedic civilization is categorized into early and later Vedic period. So, in the first part, we came across early Vedic civilization, wherein we talked about the social life of the people, the political system, how was the king regarded, what was the position of women in the society, what were the major occupations, and what all sources were there for the people to amuse or to entertain themselves. Now, since we have already covered the early civilization, early Vedic civilization, it would be a carry forward point or a comparative point to go through the later Vedic period, wherein you can compare and understand how the things were different from uh, between early to later Vedic period. Okay, so today we shall start with the later Vedic period. The time period for this is 1000 to 600 BC. What is the period for later Vedic period? 1000 to 600 BC. So sometimes the question is asked, what is the time period of later Vedic period? So you must keep in mind it's from 1000 to 600 BC. Okay. So here even we'll start with how was the social life of the people, what was the position of king, what were the major occupations, what were the sources of entertainment. Like the first point it says about the occupations. Here even the majority of the people were occupied in agriculture only. Majority of the people were occupied in agriculture only. As like the system was in early Vedic period, that the major occupations were in, or major people were engaged in agricultural work only. Same was the case in the later Vedic period even. But one development was there in later Vedic period, that people discovered iron. By discovery of iron, they started making iron tools with which they could plug the field, they could carry their cultivation process, and the production of crops became an easier task in the later Vedic period due to the discovery of iron. Second is, since agriculture relied on water, major part is of water only, or the forces of nature, be it earth, air, water, or all these sources, sunlight, all these sources are required for a crop to be produced. So, the people in the later Vedic period basically worshipped the forces of nature. They were the worshippers of forces of nature. Okay. And there was no concept of God-like thing. Or the statue was not there. People never went to the temple, or they never offered the prayer against a statue or against a idol. But rather they praised, or they were the followers of forces of nature. Okay, because they believed that their crop would only turn out good when the nature is happy with them. Okay, nature means forces of nature over here. That is rain, air, water, sunlight, earth. All these are forces of nature which is required for a good product or good produce of a crop. Next is the Vedas. We know that there are four Vedas: Rig Veda, Yajurveda, Atharveda, and Samveda. Out of four, one was composed or written down in the early Vedic period, and rest of the three was composed in the later Vedic period. Rig Veda was composed in early Vedic period, whereas Samveda, Yajurveda, and Atharveda were composed in the later Vedic period. So that was a major achievement of this period, that the Vedic civilization, or the three Vedas out of four Vedas, were composed during the later Vedic period. Amusements. What all sources were there for them to enjoy, for them to live a fruitful life or an easy life? Early Vedic amusements like dancing, singing, racing, gambling were still popular. Means the things which people participated in were carried forward to later Vedic period. Means here no change was there in the amusement part. Whatever they enjoyed in the early Vedic period, the same thing was followed even in the later Vedic period. As far as social life is concerned, the family in the early Vedic period was a joint family system, wherein paternal, maternal, uncle, aunt, grandfather, grandmother, father, mother, everyone lived in one house. That was the system of family in the early Vedic period. Here, in case of later Vedic period, you will see the power of the male head of the family increased. Male ancestors came to be worshipped. See, there was a division of society on the basis of male and female. Okay, the division of society was on the basis of male and female. During early Vedic period, the males were equal to female. Males were equal to female when during early Vedic period. But and the women were given a high respect in the early Vedic period. They were asked to participate in the religious activities. They were asked to assemble in a hall or arrange a meeting or to attend a meeting. But when we come to the later Vedic period, the females were not given equal rights, but rather the society became a male dominant society. Means everything coincided around male female. So in the latter Vedic period, it was a male dominant society, and the female were not disrespected, but rather they were not given equal status. They were not given an equal status which was there in the early Vedic period. So that was a demerit. Women were treated well and their presence was essential in religious ceremonies. Whenever religious ceremony used to take place, their importance was felt, or it was felt that if a woman would participate, then the religious ceremony would end or would work in a fruitful manner. Women of the upper class even received education, but in general, women were considered to be inferior to men and occupied a lower position in society. Those women who belonged to a good family, who were from a well-off family, they were given education, they were given certain rights. But on a general basis, the women were considered to be inferior to men. So that's what you can say, that it became a male-dominant society in the latter Vedic period, but in the early Vedic period, they were of equal status. So class, I'll put a stop over here. In next class, we shall discuss about social divisions. Thank you.